What's going on, everybody? It's a car vlog. Excuse the darkness. I'm on the way to work. Daylight savings. This is a day the good Lord has made. Make sure to give him thanks. I made sure I give him thanks, and I'm thankful that I get to talk to you guys today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel. Me and my wife's professional wrestling company. And we have a show next weekend, so it's gonna be dope. Mercedes Mone, formerly known as Sasha Banks, and AEW, they don't owe us anything. They don't owe the fans anything and stuff like that. And I'm saying that off of what happened last night on Dynamite. Now, there was speculation that Mercedes Mone signed with AEW. Now, first of all, it's still not even confirmed. Just because she didn't show up, or maybe she wasn't asked to show up. Maybe they're gonna put this on like a pay-per-view. I don't know when the next pay-per-view is for AEW. I gotta check it out or whatever like that. But maybe, who knows? Like I said, especially for the video from yesterday, just let stuff play out and see. I know a lot of people were upset. I know that on Twitter it was trending, no Mercedes, no Sasha Banks and stuff like that. But I'm like, AEW is known for like promoting someone or something using catchphrases and stuff like that, and they did. And this is just a business tactic. I don't know how it will affect the ratings, if it affected it at all, but this is the same thing like even with CM Punk. They didn't really say CM Punk's name. They said best in the world, last dance, Chicago, best in the world, blah 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 blah. Darby said, I'll be waiting for the best in the world. And he's just like, a lot of us were like, this is CM Punk, this is CM Punk, this is CM Punk. And they delivered on it. But at the same time, you got to realize that this is a business. You do want ratings. If somebody is hot or very popular, you're going to try to use that to sway views. Now, like I said, once again, I do not know if, let's call it Sasha, if Mercedes has signed. I know that. I cannot confirm. I don't know nothing. I'm not reading nothing. Y'all shouldn't either. But like I said, I don't think that's a big issue right now. A lot of people, say Tony signs a lot of people. And, this would be another signee. And it's just like, are you going to give her a title shot? Like, what are you going to do? You get what I'm saying? Most likely it would be Saraya's tag partner at the pay-per-view or somewhere else. Who knows? But I think there's a bigger issue here. The bigger issue is Jamie Hayter as the AEW Women's Champion. Now, before y'all throw tomatoes and stuff at me, I'm not saying she's bad. She's very good. She's very popular, and the crowd is behind her. But she's dang near becoming second fiddle to Britt Baker. This was sort of like even when Thunder Rosa was AEW champion, and she was second fiddle to Toni Storm. But then they made a tag team, Thunderstorm. And they were tagging. Mind you, Thunder at the time was healthy and was wrestling. And instead, she didn't really do a lot of title defenses. She was just tagging with Tony. So now, with Hayter having the group with Reba and Britt Baker, they're just tagging a lot. And I understand what they're trying to do. But to me, it is similar to a storyline that already happened. We're like, who's going to turn on who? Why are they tagging? Jamie just had a banger with Hikaru Shida not too long ago. We don't need them as a tag, but I know they're trying to set something up, long-term storytelling. That's what a lot of people like to say and like to throw out there, but at the same time, I don't think this is really necessary. Jamie is a young wrestler, very popular. People chant her name. They got signs. They like her. They appreciate her, This tag thing, okay, cool. It works sometimes, and then it doesn't work sometimes. But at the same time, get this lady some time. I don't think Thunder Rosa was giving her just due as the AEW Women's Champion either. Just my opinion. Just tagging with Tony and Thunderstorm. All that, all right, cool. It's cool, but you're a champion. You have to defend it. Britt and Hikaru, I guess even Rio, had some of the best championship reigns because they were fighting every show, almost every show. And then they were seldomly in tags, only to be bullies and stuff. Now it's just like they just tag. So it's like people already talk about the women's division. So I think this is just an issue. But I do want to talk about that. AEW is their own company. Sometimes they listen to fans, and sometimes they don't listen to fans. And with Mercedes Mone, a lot of people, it was mixed reactions to her showing up in New Japan. And then it's the same people who are upset with AEW for not getting her are the same ones who are saying they were glad she left WWE in the first place because she didn't deserve this. So now it's like, okay, well, y'all keep moving the goalposts. Y'all keep moving the goalposts. Do y'all want to see her wrestle or not? Whatever Mercedes want to do, that's on her. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, she's a pillar. No pun intended for AEW. She's a pillar in women's wrestling. What she has done, like I said, if she wanted as much money as Charlotte or even Becky, I don't see why not. You cannot sit here and say she's a liability because of injuries or taking time off, because people took time off. Becky took time off. Bayley took time off. Charlotte took time off. Injuries. You can't talk about attitude because Charlotte and Becky had a spat where they were throwing titles at each other and stuff like that and stuff online and all of that stuff. So you can't sit here and say that. And unless there's something behind the scenes we don't know, I'm not fishing for it, not searching for it. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. If she shows up at AEW, cool. If she doesn't show up, cool. There's other professional wrestling companies out there. There's other companies to wrestle for. She's in New Japan and everything like that. Maybe she has a long-term contract, short-term, who knows? Maybe she has a contract with WWE but she can't go to AEW. That has happened before. I don't know. I'm just enjoying wrestling. I'm just sitting back, looking at stuff, just trying to say how I feel about certain things. But like I said, the biggest crime right now is you should give Jamie her own thing, just straight ahead. She's showing that she can wrestle by herself. She's showing she has a connection with the crowd, good or bad. She's a very phenomenal wrestler. And I'm like, dude, you guys should be really pushing a lot of these younger guys because they react. They get reactions from the fans and stuff like that. I think Tony needs to understand that. Jericho, you can call him the greatest of all time. You can call him all of that stuff all you want to, but at the same time, he's only picking only people who he wants Tony to get behind to do programs with. And sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. Starks is a star. So hopefully everything that goes on with him, he's good. Action Andretti, I got to see more of him and stuff like that. Like, push some of these other guys, get these other guys chances and stuff like that. It's been months, no disrespect to Yuta, no disrespect to Garcia, but it's been months, giving them chances and spotlights and stuff like that. And I truly think they dropped the ball with Daniel Garcia when they were doing a program with Brian and Jericho, where he was saying, "You're not an entertainer, you're a pro wrestler." Yeah, I truly dropped the ball with that. And then I keep trying to tease that he's gonna go back. I'm like, come on, man, this is kind of crappy, man. This is kind of crappy. I think that was his moment. His moment was saying he was a pro wrestler and going against Jericho and Jericho Appreciation Society. That was his moment. I think they dropped the ball. Now you with Jake Hager, who has a purple hat, who says, "Don't touch my hat." Yuta was the Blackpool Combat Club. Now that group is disintegrating because William only stayed for a weekend. He had this little one-night stand bag, stayed over there for a little bit and left and going back to the company he wanted to really wrestle for. So we'll see where it goes. Tell me what y'all think. I think Jamie should be treated a little better than what she is. But if not, if you disagree, that's fine. Let me know. Let's talk about it. This is Chris Classic, and let's take it home.